Hey guys, so today's video I just wanted to share my updated foundation routine with you guys. Not much has changed. I just added 2 steps that make me that help me stay matte all day. If you guys know I have oily skin, I have an oily T-zone. So recently I had just been so fed up with it, and I had remembered that my cousin recommended to use milk of magnesia for oily skin. So I busted it out and I started using it, and I just added 2 steps to my foundation routine, but it makes such a big difference with helping my skin stay matte all day. And when I say all day, I mean my work day. That's what I consider my all day. So from the time I put my foundation on to the time I get home, I want to be matte, you know? So this hopefully helps you guys if you guys have oily skin, because it helps me stay matte. Usually by the time I get home, I can see where I want to start getting oily, my skin starts wanting to get oily. But for the most part, all my work day, I'm matte. I don't have to blot, I don't have to retouch or anything. So I love this stuff, and I hope you guys find it helpful. So I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the routine. Okay guys, so I already moisturized my skin, and I've been using the Garnier Moisture Rescue Refreshing Gel Cream. As you can see, I've gone through several of these. I already have my backup ready. Just for the summertime, now that it's starting to get hot, moisturizer I feel it's too heavy, so I just prefer to use a gel, and it moisturizes my skin. I mean, it will still make me oily if I just use that, but with this new routine that I have, I'm in love. But anyways, that's what I like to use during the summer. So I'm going to start off with applying, this might be weird, but milk of magnesia. It's all messy because the packaging isn't really good. And I'm just going to shake it up. You can find this at a drugstore. I bought mine at the Dollar Tree, and it works. I don't know, I just made sure that it wasn't expired or anything. And I just kind of apply it with the Q-tip because it's not that big of an area that I have to cover. But I just take a little bit and I just kind of dot it on my nose and you know, put it all over my nose. Or where I would normally get oily or whatever. And then you're gonna have to let it dry, because it dries and then it turns white. So during this time, I usually do my eyelashes, or I'll do something else, and then just kind of let it dry. So I'm gonna let it set. And this is what it looks like when it dries, and it does feel you know, kind of, I don't know, a little bit weird. But you could take that away. What I use is just a primer. I've been using the Too Faced Primed in Poreless, but I also really like the Hard Candy Sheer Envy primer that they sell at Walmart, because that also takes the whiteness away. So that one works well too. If you don't have this one, or if you want something from the drugstore, you can use that. But then I just take a little bit of the primer, just a little drop, and I just kind of, you can either pat it, and you see it just takes the white away, but then you still have the milk of magnesia there, and it keeps you matte. So that's a plus. And then now for foundation, I just use whatever, I'm still alternating my L'Oreal BB cream, my Laura Mercier, my MAC, the Revlon Nearly Naked, the Neutrogena Shine Control. And I do this first part that you guys just saw with all of those foundations, and it works the same with all of them. I stay matte. But today I just feel like using the Wet n Wild Coverall Cream Foundation. And I have the color, what color do I have? Medium tan. So I'm just going to take a little bit. And then one of the questions that I always get is, what brush do I use to apply my foundation? Because I've used several. But right now, these are the 2 that I alternate, just depending on which one gets sturdy, and then I use the other one. But this is the Real Techniques buffing brush, which I really, really like. And then the Ecotools flat top buffing brush, which I also really like. I'm going to use this one. This one is my favorite out of the 2. So then I just take a little bit of foundation, and I dot it on my face, and then I just buff it out. And if you're curious, my nose and everything, they don't look cakey or anything. It just looks like I would have just put primer on, you know? Just, I don't know, in case you're wondering, because I have that Milk of Magnesia on. And then I'm going to apply concealer, and I'm going to use the MAC Pro Longwear concealer, which is my favorite. And this is NW20. And then just a pointed foundation brush. So then I first set my under eye concealer, and I really like this powder. This is the Wet n Wild Coverall Pressed Powder, and this is in the color Light. And I'm just going to use like a little powder brush to set my concealer. And then for the rest of my face, I like to use the NYX Stay Matte Not Flat Powder Foundation, and I have the shade Soft Beige. It just looks like that. And then I just use the e.l.f. Kabuki Face Brush, and just kind of lightly set everything. And for blush, I'm just going to use a little sample that I got from Sephora. This is a Kat Von D blush called Bellisima. It's a really good sample size, but I'm just going to use that for my cheeks. And I'm using the e.l.f. blush brush. Now, in case you're curious, the Milk of Magnesia hasn't made me break out. As far as I know, it didn't make my cousin break out. She really likes it, so that's why I started using like those 2 steps that I added, and it is just like the best. Like, I love it. I definitely recommend trying it if you have oily skin, and I just put it wherever I get super oily, and it just keeps me matte like all day. So I hope you guys enjoyed it and found it helpful. I will list everything that I used in the description box below. If you have any questions or anything, if I forgot to mention something, please feel free to ask. And yeah, I'll talk to you guys later.